Master P, he was the he started the record label No Limit Records, but now he's looking for a statute of limitations for talking shit after being disgruntled. Do you think that's hypocritical? Like, can you start No Limit Records and then ask for a limit of people talking shit about you?
I get it though. People hold grudges for a long time, especially in music industry. I mean, look at Mace. He's looking for money from Diddy from like 20 years ago.
Mm.
Like, I understand that people feel like they got some raw deals back in the day. But when the deal is done, it's done.
It is what it is, yeah.
I don't know how you can try to seek reparations or something. I mean, clearly black people have been seeking reparations forever. We haven't gotten it yet. So I don't think these music artists are going to be any closer either.
Yeah. Happy Black History Month, guys. We're all for reparations.
Absolutely.
On No Chill Live.
And California is the leading state in that effort. But yes. Yeah, I don't know. With Master P, I think he probably takes it personal.
Is that what the P's for?
Yes, that's exactly what it's for. I definitely think he takes it personally though. When people talk bad about you, especially when you're a public figure like him, he's been in the game for what 40 years. Like it's got to get on your nerves because you've done so much for the culture, so much for hip hop, so much for individual artists. Like it's probably tough to hear negative things about you, and nobody's perfect. But
yeah, he said, that's what I call ungratefulness. If you moved on 10, 15, or 20 years after me, why are you talking about me? I forgot about y'all for real. I'm the only thing y'all can talk about. It should be law. After 7 years, you shouldn't be allowed to go on no podcast and talk about nobody. Think about it. It's a statute of limitations. If you ain't been around that person over 7 years, please, you don't deserve to talk about them. 7 years, man. How you feel about that? Do you feel the same way, like in your personal life? Like if you haven't seen someone in X amount of time, they should never like mention you or the past?
I don't know about that. It depends. I think if it's just if it's like a person has a personal vendetta or your name comes up all the time and you're hearing it through the grapevine where like, oh, so-and-so is talking smack about you. I haven't talked to this person in a decade. And it's crazy that we're old enough where we can even say that now, but that's beside the point. If I haven't talked to you in that long, it's like, let it go. Yeah. Let it go. I mean, I've clearly let it go. I don't care. Like that long ago is way too long for me to put energy in, thought, like all that kind of negative vibes is no.
But if it's on a podcast, if you're in the spotlight, it's a little bit different because it's like True. Next time you do media things, it's like, oh, what do you think about so and so? They said this about you.
Yeah,
it is a little bit different when you're famous. I think in my personal life, I don't talk about the past a lot, like unless it's someone like I'm having fond memories with or bonding with. I'm not about like gossip or like blaming other people for things. Like I feel like even my old jobs where I had problems at before, like I'm still grateful for those experiences. Like I know it even if I went through hardship and stuff, I still had the opportunity to make a better life for myself today. So I do understand what he says when he says, they're out ungrateful, but it is funny that he's asking for a limit when he started No Limit Records. That's the only thing I could focus on.
Yeah, I mean, from a business standpoint, anytime there's money involved, that always makes things worse, I feel like. Especially when things end negatively. If it's positive, it's always up and up. Like if it's negative, then people are going to hold grudges for a lot more time because people take money to heart.
Yeah. I mean, inflation. We talk about it every week.
Inflated feelings.
Yeah. No, for real, man. Yo, your boy Alec Baldwin, he got one of his charges dropped. And he's moving his production of Rust to Montana. So the reduced charge, they dropped the 5-year gun enhancement charge.
Really?
Yeah. So that's a win for him. I'm starting to feel like he's not going to see any jail time.
They're slowly trying to find a way to just like drop things, like prolong things. We see this all the time with the rich whites. Like it's just, this has been going on for a couple of years now.
Yeah. Yeah. 2021
Yeah.
is when the incident occurred, the tragedy. But yeah, he's continuing to shoot it. I think they're starting up in the spring, and they're moving to Montana, a different state, since that state is trying to put criminal charges on him.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, you still gonna watch this when it drops?
I want to watch it. I don't know if it's ever gonna come out though. Like, it's taking so long. I feel like if I was working on this film, like if I was an actor, actress, director, camera person, I'd be like, I'm trying to find another gig. Like, I don't want to do this shit anymore.
Yeah,
there's just so much like death, drama, attention on it. I'm sure the movie's not going to be great. I haven't seen Alec Baldwin's previous works, but I don't have high expectations.
You've never seen any of his movies?
No, I'm saying in terms of like him
Production?
directing. Yeah, him directing and producing a movie. I don't think I've seen any of his stuff. So is this like his first foray into being a producer? It's going pretty shitty right now.
So it's like
about as bad as it can
go. Like the worst. Like really, really bad. But hey, he's pushing forward. He's using that white privilege as much as he can.
Yeah. Are there movies that you like from Alec Baldwin? Off the top of your head, if you can't think of any, it's fine.
No, there's this Woody Allen movie called Blue Jasmine. That's really good.
Okay.
Definitely recommend that one. He was good on 30 Rock. That's always
true. He was good on 30 Rock. Yeah.
Funny on SNL.
The Departed was really good.
The Departed, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, definitely some good movies. He's been around forever.
Yeah, he has been around a very long time. He's been okay in some of them. He's also in like the Mission Impossible movies.
Okay.
Which are, Mission Impossible. And who else was he? That's all I can remember right now.
Yeah.
In my opinion, The Departed was the best one. But
yeah, we'll see what happens, man. I can't believe we're still talking about that. But hey, justice has not been served yet.
Montana. I haven't heard the name of the state Montana in quite a while, actually.
Yeah.
Aside from when you just mentioned it.
Yeah, it's very looked over. Like there's really nothing there. Wasn't the spy balloon over Montana, or was that a different state?
I think it was a different state. Wasn't it over
Wyoming?
One of the Dakotas? Either Wyoming or one of the Dakotas.
All those states are like the same to me. I don't care.
I mean, listen, when I was RVing with my parents back in the day, we made it to like North Dakota in the RV before it got tired in the mountains. It was like, this altitude is too serious, but it's beautiful out there. Like the mountains are really gorgeous. Other than that, it's a lot of open highway.
Gotcha.
A lot of real open highway.
Yeah, I'm good off of that. Shout out to the RV people. Brian never let us use his RV, but it's okay.
Listen, it wasn't mine to let you use. Shout out to Jimmy Spears, my pops. He wanted me to take the driving course, and then COVID happened, and I was like, oh man,
that did happen. Damn, it's almost 3 years since like lockdown.
Yeah, exactly.
A couple weeks. Yeah, yo, you sent me a story or on an Instagram story a few days ago of your boy Chris Brown complaining that people still hate him for beating up Rihanna, and he went on a rampage. He says he has time today. He was asking a lot of questions. He said he's 33. He's sick of running with this narrative. He's like, why is everyone okay with, Christiane Rock and Blueface beating the fuck out of each other in front of the world? Mm-hmm. But, when it comes to me, like, no one can forgive me for making a mistake when I was 17 years old. He then went on to list and a bunch of white actors and celebrities who have had, domestic abuse allegations and charges and have been arrested. Some were new to me. You sent this to me and I was just like, man, typical Chris Brown. Like, he could never get it right. Like, he just doesn't know how to handle situations properly. And he's not going to earn any new fans by this. But what did you take from it, bro?
Listen, he might not earn any new fans, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to list all these people that he named, all these white people. Sean Penn, Mel Gibson, Nicolas Cage, Ozzy Osbourne, Tommy Lee, Emma Roberts, Carmen Electra, and Josh Brolin. And he named a few more, too. He named a few more. So all these people that everyone likes to see in movies and on the red carpet and stuff, please be aware they have domestic violence charges in their history. And
you are snitching.
I don't care.
And also, I just want to say, Chris Brown, like he mentioned Emma Roberts, and I just want to say, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Emma Roberts? I did not know. Congrats.
Man, yeah, like that's between us. Relax.
Gotcha.
No, but that was a wild list. I know Tommy Lee responded because he's a fellow piece of shit musician. He used to beat the shit out of his. You would think these guys would be like friends, but no.
Poor Pamela. Have you watched that show?
Nah.
Natalie fucking loves it. I watched an episode. It was okay. It was pretty good. I thought the casting was good, but yeah, I like Chris Brown. I think for his fan base, when I saw it, I was like, you go, Chris. Let him know. They holding you hostage for something 14 years ago, like 15 years ago. Like
something horrific.
Yeah, absolutely. It was terrible. I mean, listen, I hate seeing the pictures of what he did to Rihanna because it's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. But at the same time, how long do you have to pay for a mistake or a crime or doing something terrible?
That's true. That's a fair question. We just saw Karl Malone up on stage with LeBron and Kareem. The only person missing was the child he had with a 13-year-old who was just in the Super Bowl last week.
Yeah.
But Karl Malone still celebrated. No one's really mad at him. He says, that's my personal life. That's my personal business. So some people do get forgiven.
Karl Malone told that kid when they came and found him, yo, you're going to have to get it from the mud. It's too late for me to help you out. Like, you got to do it yourself.
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. I mean, isn't Karl Malone a Republican? I mean, that's goes hand in hand.
He's a lot of things. He's
the mailman.
He's also like top 5 on the all-time scoring list.
Top 3. That's why he was up there with them too.
Yep.
Top 3.
Yeah.
And he was in Utah. So, But yeah, all is forgiven. No one, said nothing to him. Maybe it's because he's like, 6'9" and 300 pounds of pure muscle. I mean, who's gonna say anything to him?
I will say, at his age, he looked really scary. But it was funny how they had him on the stage just away from everything. Like, he was off in the corner by himself, so far away from the camera, you could barely tell it was him if you didn't know. Yeah. Like, they clearly wanted him there, but not really.
Word.
Yeah.
Yo, can I get your charger?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm about to die.
Look at that. Technical difficulty saved. Chargers ready.
Yeah, man. Black History Month, Chris Brown, one of our great black artists. Not one of my favorite, but he's done a lot. I'm not going to disrespect him. I do see him as an emotional ass artist.
Of course.
So that's why he goes on these rants and stuff, because he's a sensitive guy, but I don't think it's helpful for anybody.